Okay, so I'm pretty troubled by the limited migration opportunities between Mexico and Canada, because I get tempted to go far. I got tempted to go far north into Canada, but knowing that I couldn't because I have some travel restrictions just because I'm poor, things that I'm not willing to pay for. So I don't even bother considering going across the border. I got close when I got up to Whitefish, Montana. It got me thinking about how interesting Canada would be, because even in Whitefish in August, I think it was August, it was hot. I was thinking I could go for going a little further north just to find them cooler temperatures. But the migration restrictions are pretty frustrating to deal with. And I'm not exactly for open borders, but they certainly would be nice as a poor person to and I guess I'm not that poor, because I can still pay for gas at least to get around. To be able to go up as far north from Whitefish to Calgary would have been pretty neat. I think that was like a 6-hour drive north, just to experience the cooler weathers and then drop back down for the winter time. And I did make a considerable drop all the way to Phoenix, and it's still a little chilly. In this Midwest area, it gets some pretty intense swings in weather. So going further south is looking more appetizing, but now I'm restricted by the Mexican border, and that's troubling. I look around a lot of the southern cities. I was in Las Vegas, and now this is Phoenix, and they talk about we need one big wall across the Mexican United States border, but you look, a lot of these housing communities have walls already. All right, the rich are protecting themselves good enough. The poor shouldn't have anything to worry about from people of other countries. The rich people around here are already making their castles. There's plenty of protection going on, and if they're not satisfied with their protection now, they got the money. They can make bigger walls for their castles. That's the approach that Trump is taking. Individual buildings, individual these communities, rich communities the private communities that have the gates and the walls. They got private security too on top of that. So they protect themselves. The things that concern me about the migration from wherever the Guatemala and Mexico is just, I don't understand what they're saying. That's a frustrating thing for me, is not knowing what they're saying, and then that bring up the argument. Well, why don't I learn how to speak Mexican? Then that wouldn't be a problem. And yeah, that's true. I did take a little time to pick up some Spanish. I could pick up a few words here and there. I'm just a slow learner, though. It's kind of frustrating. But that is something to work on, is my ability to learn the language. But yeah, it's frustrating to deal with not being able to travel as far north and as far south as I'd like to. You look along the coast, you don't have to travel as extreme. On the coast, it's so It's so stable. Even during winter time, I was just going north still. Even in December, I was going north because the weather. I kept looking at the weather further north, and it was just the same pretty much all along the coast. I think the big difference was reaching the rain barrier, or there's this area is just where the rain really picks up. I think it's in Eureka, California. It was a little bit in further south in that one that one city. It was picking up just a little further south. Trinidad, California, nice area there. The rain was picking up there too. Further south, it didn't seem like it rained as much. It didn't seem like as much of a problem. But all Oregon, all Washington, those two states get hit hard. But I mean, on the coast, it's like the whole Pacific coast, from North America to South America, Canada, everything. It's very stable weather. And it makes me wonder why people don't migrate along that coast more, even further south. It's the border issue, I guess. But man, that would be some trip to be able to freely travel from Canada down to South America. Like, California has like this problem with too many homeless people around. A lot of that reason could be that we have a border. Okay, that's partly maybe why Canada wants to see why California wants to see the border eradicated, is because it frees the homeless up to just march down south. There's such a long stretch of coast that's walled off from us, and that's really frustrating, because homeless people can easily enjoy the weather and travel along the coast. I mean, there's a lot of barren areas, of course. The big weather events to be most cautious about are like flooding, the waves, overcoming the land, whatever. Not typhoons, not monsoon, whatever. It's just they have sneaker waves sometimes, when there's maybe an earthquake off in the distance, and that builds up a gigantic wave that could wash over. There's been a lot of events all along the coast that have been a problem with that. And then there's parts of the coast that are just, you're standing on a cliff looking down a few hundred feet at the ocean. Not the whole coast isn't exactly level with the ocean, so that's almost like worthless land right there, because there's not much you can do. You can't enjoy the ocean. You can only enjoy it from a long distance, way up high on the cliffs. I'm not sure how that is for South America. I get the impression that South America is mostly a lot of cliffs overlooking the ocean, whereas in like San Diego, you're right level on the beach, and they have to give a long stretch of beach for sneaker waves before they build far away from the coast. But I mean, it's really it's hard to say. But borders really prevent us from for the poor from being able to freely travel from South America to Canada. That would help out with a lot of the homeless issues. All right, just allowing people to freely travel and you set up businesses that way. That's why California has such a unique perspective on things, is because they're not they see like they see borders as being on the coast, and the whole coast is like one and the same, unlike the Midwest, which experiences some of the most extreme temperatures. I can't just take my time traveling with the changing of the seasons in the Midwest like I can on the coast. I had to make some big jumps from as far as Whitefish, Montana, Helena, Montana, or Missoula. Right now, that's too cold to hang out in. But that parallel, if I was on the coast, it'd be no problem. I could be hanging out, no problem on the coast. That far, being that far north, it'd be very manageable. It'd be very wet, and I'd lose a lot more clothes to the mold issue, because I don't know where I'd be. In Washington, maybe. I've lost a lot of clothes in Washington. In Oregon with all the rain. It's drier, that's nice around this area. But yeah, I could still go further south. It's only December, and going further south would be pretty cool. But I don't want to deal with that border. So I just stick within the confines. It's like being in prison in a way. And I just, I'm on the fence about a wall. It's weird how I would like to see free movement, because the rich people wall themselves off anyway. But yeah, I'm not too enthused about the foreign languages and ending up in a community with a bunch of foreign language people. I mean, Lewis and Clark could do it, but they had to bring an interpreter. But sometimes they couldn't talk to certain tribes, but they were all friendly. So I'm not saying that all foreign language communities are unfriendly. I don't believe that. Not all these communities are sold on greed, like our media really strongly portrays. So I don't know if I got all the points that I wanted to out in this video, but I don't want to extend it too long here.
Oops, a daisy. Oh my God!